But first, as Homestar Runner says, an email. And right now, on day 2 of the Hillary Clinton email Deflategate Ghazi Superstorm, this story is not dying. Phil, how is this controversy most hurting Hillary Clinton's presidential prospects?
I see two things. One, feeds the narrative. I think that's the one that everybody's pointing to right now. This is what everybody expected.
Political, calculating.
Exactly. For decades, this is what you expect. The other thing, subpoenas now coming out of the Select Benghazi Committee to her staff. Even if they don't find damaging emails related to Benghazi, emails coming out of deliberations between her and her staff, there's just not a lot of good that's going to come from that.
Her defenders, some of them say, yeah, this is horrible, but at least it's an inside baseball story. Right now it is, but I think if she's going to launch her presidential campaign in the midst of something which is not ending anytime soon, even if she tries to end it, it's bad. And what they're worried about is she gets off on the wrong foot at a time when she wants to be have people think anew about her. And there's 1,000 ways in which this is deja vu all over again. The kind of Clinton scandal, which is inexplicable to other Democrats, totally alienates the journalists who she needs to court, and then fires up Republicans to say she's vulnerable. And that's what the Republicans need more than anything else for the next year while they figure out who their nominee is going to be.
3-4 weeks from now, some timeline like that, if she's set to announce, is this still sticking with her?
I don't see how it goes away because there's going to be investigations. And like I said, even if she had a press conference tomorrow and said, here's why I did it this way, here are the mistakes I made, here are all the emails for you to read that don't impinge on national security, even then some people are going to say, A, you showed poor judgment, and B, how do we know that's all the emails? She controlled this server. She could have done, as our colleagues are reporting, she could have done anything she wanted with these emails and no one could have stopped her.
Be honest. What are the odds she holds a press conference tomorrow to talk about this?
None. She's not going to do it. But like I said, even if she did, I don't think it'd go away.
Yeah. Last night, speaking of Hillary Clinton, 1,600 very excited people came to an event hosted by Emily's List. Now, this is the organization dedicated to electing women to office. The buzz, it was buzzing. The magic, it was in the air. They were fired up. They were ready to go. And this is what they got.
I am still kind of in the grandmother glow. 6 months in, it's better than any spa treatment. I highly recommend it. My grandfather was a factory worker, started at the age of 11, worked until he was 65, and got to retire. And that, yes, we have to work on macro issues, but also macaroni and cheese issues, too.
If you missed the whole speech, here's the TLDR version. It was basically like the Eric Bana version of the Hulk mixed with the Ed Norton version of the Hulk. If you haven't seen the Hulk, those were not very exciting Hulks. Now, Mark, does Hillary need to be more interesting than she was last night?
Oh, I'm going to choose my words oh so carefully here. Yes, she does. Look, there were things she said last night that were inspirational, particularly for women who would like to see an Emily's List-backed candidate win. But if this email scandal wasn't going on, I think what people would be saying after last night's event was high-profile, homest court advantage she could have, and that was not a speech that people want to hear. Part of what the presidential race comes down to is who do you want in your living room for 4 years? Who do you like? Who do you want to listen to? She was flat. She was slow. At her best moments, she was not that interesting. I fell asleep twice during the speech.
That's a lot. That's a lot for one speech.
I was tired, but I would not fall asleep during a Bill Clinton speech or a George Bush speech or a Barack Obama speech. She needs to be better, and I don't know if she was distracted or what, but if that's the best she's got, the country is going to be sick of listening to her after a few months.
The conventional wisdom has been that she's been testing messages in her last couple of appearances. Was there just no desire to test last night as she settled and didn't want to unveil?
I think the message was fine. I'm talking pure performance. That crowd was ready to cheer and whoop and holler, as you said, and it was a sedate thing. Now, it was relatively late because the program went on a long time, but I just think, look, I find her to be a compelling person with compelling ideas. I really do. But if that's her compellingest at this point, I just think unless the Republicans nominate a piece of plywood, there's a good chance the American people are going to say, I would rather listen to that person for 4 years than someone I've listened to for a long time.
Macaroni jokes, man.